Hey, so here's our roadmap for today. We'll be covering beyond the chatbot era, agents building our software, automating the web and media, the architecture of agency, and finally, enterprise reality and guardrails. Let's get right into it.
Section 1. Beyond the chatbot era.
So for the last few years, we've all been pretty used to asking an AI to, say, write an email, maybe draft a poem, or summarize a long document, right? But the real question is, what comes after that? The era of the passive chatbot is actually fading fast, and the defining question for 2026 really is how we transition from an AI that just talks to you to an AI that actually works for you.
A great way to look at this is to think of generative AI as the engine. It's incredibly powerful, for sure, but it's stateless. It just generates content in a vacuum based on a single prompt you give it. Agentic AI, on the other hand, that's the employee. It uses that generative AI engine to actually get work done. These agents are stateful, meaning they remember what happened 5 minutes ago. They use external tools like APIs or databases, and they can actually execute multi-step goals without you having to hold their hand at every single turn. And you better believe the industry is putting some massive financial weight behind this shift. By 2026, the global AI code tools market is forecast to hit $9.46 billion. That's billion with a B. We're seeing absolutely incredible adoption rates right now. In fact, Gartner is projecting that 90% of enterprise software engineers will be using these tools by 2028. So this isn't just some shiny new toy, it is quite literally the new industrial revolution for knowledge work.
Moving on to Section 2, agents building our software. Software engineers right now are honestly spoiled for choice, but these tools do very different things to solve entirely different friction points. For instance, you have Vellum, which is amazing because it retains persistent memory across all your sessions. It actually remembers the architectural decisions you made weeks ago. Then you've got Devin, which is built specifically for engineering teams to autonomously execute entire tasks end-to-end right in the cloud. And then there's Cursor. This is an AI-native IDE built to make active developers incredibly fast as they type, with super quick tab completion.
But the really crazy part, you don't even need to be a developer to leverage this stuff anymore. Recent tests showed that a totally non-technical beginner using Base 44 super agents was able to build a fully functional task manager web app, complete with user authentication and an integrated AI assistant in just 5 minutes, and they did it using pure prompts, nothing else. Meanwhile, tools like N8N cater to technical teams that want node-based workflow automation, and Claude Code lives right in the terminal for the hardcore developers out there. The barrier to entry for creating software has just completely collapsed.
All right, Section 3, automating the web and media.
So beyond code, we're now witnessing the rise of browser use agents. The open web is super chaotic, but agents are learning to navigate it exactly like we humans do. You have tools like Proxy, which handles really complex tasks spanning multiple sites. Imagine telling it to find a flight and book it with your miles, and actually getting you to the right destination. Then there's Multion, which is already a massive hit with consumers. It's got over 500,000 downloads for daily tasks like shopping or canceling those annoying subscriptions. Induced AI handles the heavy lifting for legacy enterprise systems that don't even have APIs to hook into. And ChatGPT Atlas? It natively navigates pages, fills out forms, and clicks buttons right there for you.
And it doesn't stop at just clicking through websites. Agents are automating some highly complex creative workflows too. Just look at Adobe Firefly's new video timeline editor. You can literally use a prompt-to-edit feature. Imagine you have a video of a skier. You just type, "change jacket color to white," and the AI agent automatically tracks the skier and manipulates the video timeline for you. You can change a cloudy sky to a sunny day, or even generate completely new B-roll extensions just by describing what you want. It's practically magic.
Section 4, the architecture of agency.
Now, let's strip away that magic for a second and look at the underlying architecture. How do these agents actually think? Well, almost all of these tools rely on what's called a react loop. That stands for reasoning and acting. It's basically a simple 4-step cycle. First, the agent perceives its environment, maybe by taking a screenshot or reading a website's code. Second, it reasons. The AI model acts as a brain to plan the next logical step. Third, it acts. It clicks a button or types some text. And fourth, it verifies. It looks at the screen again to make absolutely sure the action actually worked. If it didn't, it self-corrects. This continuous loop is really the heartbeat of an AI agent.
But to run that loop effectively, you need the right kind of brain. And we're seeing this massive shift away from those huge, expensive brute force models toward highly optimized agent-first models. A perfect example of this in 2026 is Anthropic's Claude Sonnet 5, which was codenamed Fennec.
Developers absolutely love it because it's a specialized reasoning engine. It's incredibly fast, cost-effective, and designed specifically to run those multi-step React loops we just talked about, without breaking the bank or taking forever to respond.
So how does that brain actually connect to the outside world? It does it through the Model Context Protocol, or MCP. Think of MCP as the universal USB-C for AI. Instead of developers having to hard-code connections to every single database or API out there, MCP allows agents to dynamically discover and connect to external tools seamlessly. It's literally creating an entire ecosystem where agents can just plug right into your existing software and get straight to work. Total game changer.
And finally, Section 5, Enterprise Reality and Guardrails.
Now, when we look at the enterprise level, the return on investment is already super tangible. Take Palo Alto Networks, for example. They integrated Claude on Google Cloud's Vertex AI and managed to reduce their junior developer onboarding time by an astonishing 70%. By using AI as a guide to help newer engineers get up to speed on really complex code bases, they are moving incredibly fast, and they're doing it without creating a bunch of security debt.
And they are definitely not alone here. Thomson Reuters is using agents right now to make 150 years of dense legal expertise instantly accessible to lawyers in minutes, completely bypassing all those billable hours of research. A platform called Lovable is helping users deliver production-ready code 20 times faster. And get this, Nubank used Devon to complete a massive code migration that was supposed to take 18 months, and they finished the whole shebang in mere weeks. These agents are compressing massive, sprawling timelines into incredibly short, productive bursts.
But, there is a catch. When we talk about that React loop, we also have to talk about something called the iteration multiplier. See, a single 20-step task can easily cost between $1 and $5 per execution. That's because the agent is constantly making API calls to reason and verify its actions. And if an agent gets stuck in a loop, those costs can skyrocket while you aren't even looking. So cost management and model routing are absolutely crucial when you start scaling this technology up.
So the crucial point here is that deploying agent safety requires some very strict limits. You absolutely must set token and cost ceilings. You need stall detection to catch an agent if it's endlessly clicking the wrong button over and over. And, most importantly, you need human-in-the-loop confirmation for any sensitive actions, like, say, making a payment or altering a core database. Plus, for compliance reasons, real-time evaluation and step-by-step audit logs are no longer just optional, they are mandatory guardrails.
To summarize everything we've covered in this explainer today, I want to leave you with this perfect quote. A chatbot responds to a prompt. An AI agent pursues a goal. That right there is the fundamental difference defining this new era. We are fully shifting from conversational interfaces to autonomous execution.
Which really leaves us with this final, provocative thought to ponder. As browser agents become totally mainstream and these tools scale up, what happens when the web is navigated primarily by machines instead of humans? How will websites, businesses, and our daily workflows adapt to an internet built for agents? Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer. I hope you're as excited and maybe just as curious about this future as I am. Keep learning, and we'll see you next time.